Hi guys, so today we'll be talking on how to return multiple result in a comma separated list from a lookup. So with the help of Power Query, we can be able to transform this data to this form. We want it to be like this. So we want to transform this data, this one, the whole this data to look like this. That each of the model is being separated by comma. So how do we go after it? So what we do first was that we extracted the lookup table, which is this one, the lookup table, which is the make of the various car. Now, so the first thing we need to do while using Power Query, we just need to put each of these data into table. So let's get started. Okay, the next thing we need to do, we just need to load this into Power Query. Then over here, we'll rename the table name to be lookup 2. Then what we do, we close and load the data. Now, so we're just here to only to create connection. We don't need to create any table. So we load the data. If you from the right hand side, you'll see the lookup table is already loaded. The lookup table 2 is already loaded. So we need to load this one also into Power Query. So we change this one, we call it list 2. List 2. Then we also close and load. Now we're only creating connections. We don't need to create a new table. We load the data in Power Query. Now on the right hand side, you find our two tables, the lookup 1, the lookup 2, which has to do with the make, and the list, which has to do with both the make and the brain and the model. So what we have to do now, we just need to make a reference of a lookup 2, the make. We make a reference of it. So we make a reference. The next thing we need to do is to mesh the two data sets. List 2. Now, so the two common column, which is a make, we just need to match. We click OK. Now, so what we need to do now is to add a column. So we go to add column, we click on custom column. Now the custom column, let's rename it as model. Now the custom column formula, which is table dot column Now there's one thing I want to show you guys before we go. So when we click on this table, you find that it's not arranged in table, but this is not what we actually want. We want it to be arranged in a separate arranged in the form that comma will separate each of them. Now, so this is what I want you to see here, this model, because we're still gonna need it. We just need to know the spelling. So I'm gonna take it away. So we insert our custom column, we rename it model, then our custom column formula, which is table dot column bracket, then we're making use of the list. We insert it, comma, our model which we want to extract. Now we've created a column known as model, now which is all these are list. Now each of them, now Acura is being listed, all the various model of Acura, but we want it to be listed in the form of with comma. Oh, sorry for that, we just need to create it back. So what we need to do, we click on this two arrow, we extract our value. Now extract value from list, select a delimiter to use to concatenate the list of this value. So we want to use comma, so we click on comma, we click OK. Now if you find out the model, under the model is not separated by comma, what we need to do, we just load our data, our result. Now this time around we want to create a table. We don't want to create any connection, so I'll put it in a new worksheet. So when I click load, so that's our result. So now our data has been from this table, it has been transformed to this. So if you find out the make Acura list all the model, and each of the model is being separated by comma. So this is another way to do it. There's another method you can use also to return multiple value in the column with text join. So but that of using Power Query is more beneficial in the sense that if we have any data, if we update our data, like for example, let me like for example, let me update a new make. Let me put Lamborghini. I'll just give it Lamborghini V27. So likewise, I just need to come under the lookup table which we use. I'll put the Lamborghini. Now if I go to my data, and refresh all, automatically if I go to the result sheets where you find that the Lamborghini has been added. Lamborghini V227 has been added. So that is the power and advantage of Power Query over using join text and if command to return multiple results in a comma separated column. Thank you guys.